What's one of the dumbest things you've ever spent money on? I was 11 and my dad gave me $50 to spend at the mall. So, I wandered into a gift shop and spent it all on an electronic vibrating oinking pink pig. I never played with it after I brought it home. Tried to return it, only to be offered store credit. You taught your father a valuable lesson in financial responsibility. When I went on a school field trip to Washington, D.C. back in middle school, I bought a $2 bill at a souvenir shop, $4.20. SMH? That's a shame they practically scammed a kid for $18. I've gotten those at banks. Just give them $2 and they'll give you a $2 bill. Life hacks. I was drunk and bought Monster Ballads off an infomercial. And I paid an extra $20 for rush delivery, because I was drunk and needed it ASAP, and it showed up a month later. I've always wanted to meet someone who bought music off an infomercial. This is a big thrill for me. My sister bought one of those, now that's what I call music CDs. Actually had some cool tunes on it and played it on our stereo. Then Napster and LimeWire kicked in, and we couldn't give a single frick about it. There was this guy named Don Lapper who sold money-making kits, like how to make money with classified ads. I think I invested about $350 and received literally nothing of value. I was younger, and being stupid, looked him up tonight to remember how to spell his name. Turns out he killed himself with a razor blade while in jail in 2011. I have to say, his TV commercials were very convincing. Thankfully at the time I was young and broke, so I couldn't pay for his nonsense. If I had enough room on my credit card, I would have. I finally figured out that he implied lots of income, but the testimonials only talked about revenues. When I was like 14, I bought a pack of intentionally mismatched socks that were really expensive. Like, only one of each pattern. Could have bought twice as many normal socks and just mismatched them myself. I did this too, but to make it worse I bought 2 packs so that I could match them. This is some galaxy brain it right here. Dobby wants to know your location. I spent $40 one of those amusement park booths where you had to throw darts at balloons. For some reason, I picked out this really ugly 7 feet tall frog stuffed animal. It's in the corner of my closet and still scares me when I'm half awake in the morning. I had one of those from Six Flags. I won it early in the day and my dad was so pissed. I named his Froggy Mac Hopperstein and kept him for over 10 years. My mom finally got rid of him, saying she couldn't spare that much space for him anymore. RIP. Here's the deal. When I was in 8th grade, my class went on a field trip to Six Flags. I played the ring toss game where you had to toss the rings on the bottles. I won on my first bucket and picked out a 6-foot stuffed whale. This was at like 9 in the morning and I had to now carry this with me all day. A couple hours later I played the ring toss again and won again. So this time I picked out a 5-foot stuffed dog. Now, as a 90-pound 8th grader I couldn't carry both of these with me. So I enlisted a friend and we carried them around and had to leave them at every single ride we went on. They were heavy. Finally a guy asked me if he could buy the dog, and I told him sure. $4.50. Took that money back to the ring toss game and lost all of it. The whale was cool, but I never did anything with it other than having it just sit in my room. Worth it, because I was king of the ring toss. Depending on the Six Flags location, they can store your game prizes at specific stores, usually near the entrance of the park. Former employee. I bought a timeshare. Look, if you're still not comfortable with the numbers, you just double down. You get 2 weeks, sell that second week, boom, you're vacationing for free. Okay, so if we buy a second week, and we sell that, we're vacationing for free. What happens if we buy a third week and sell that? We're getting paid to vacation. You got. I was just a few weeks out of basic training and bought one of those family lineage with the shields on it and description. I blew $500 or so just to find out it wasn't even accurate. LOL, classic boot. And I was booting hard. Did you get it tattooed on your chest with your basic training graduation date underneath so you'd look cool driving shirtless and you knew 29% APR Dodge Charger? No tattoos, but I did buy the Mustang with my sign-on bonus in full so my credit didn't get fricked. The blanket that makes you look like a giant burrito. It was super thin and of pool quality, not to mention not big enough to cover me. Now I'll never look like a burrito. As an owner of this burrito blanket, yes, it is small, but it is very soft and very comfortable. I think there's more than one on the market. I'm betting yours is better than mine. I bought a make-it-yourself music box, with a series of cards to punch out the notes and then inserts so you can play whatever tune you want. Thought I could make my girlfriend a special gift. Then I realized that I can't read music, and when I tried to punch it by ear it sounded bloody awful. I have one of these, and it's sweet. Google Music Box Tabs or MIDI converter and 12-pin. You can get a few great songs that are easy to punch and play well. Or, you upload a MIDI file and it converts for you. Good luck. The trick to that is using MIDI software. The way it's formatted in MIDI is basically the same thing you punch on the paper. This is a good technique, but you've also got to make sure you know the key of your music box. I punched some cards for mine thinking it was chromatic. It was not, and when I played my cards it sounded like I was trying to summon some kind of demon. I'd had a few drinks TGIF and wandered into a Williams-Sonoma store in a state of euphoria. There I saw a special edition KitchenAid stand mix from Made in Brands. It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. It was on sale for $999.00. Naturally, I bought it, but because I'm a single guy who doesn't bake, it's just taking up much needed counter space. No time like the present to learn. I went to a Williams-Sonoma once. After I saw the prices, I set out on a quest to find the cheapest item in the store. It was a potato peeler for $14. A copy of Cory in the House for the Nintendo DS, except for $30. In 2019. Bold move. A while ago some YouTuber posted a video that was an anime review of Cory in the House, and in the video he tries to explain how Obama used Cory in the House to promote Elliot Rodgers to commit a mass shooting using psychological warfare, and I've never been able to find it since. Anyone know what video I'm talking about? I bought a pager. The clip snapped. I took it to where I bought it. We only cover the pager, not the case. I walked outside right in front of the window and spiked it at 8F it. Walked back inside and said my pager is broken. Did it work? After I returned it. Yeah. Thanks, Dad. I witnessed a similar problem. Solution working for a government agency. The secretary's desk phone had a loud, annoying hiss on the receiver. IT said they can only replace it when it stops working. It took an accidental spill down the stairs and she got a new phone the same day. I was pretty high one night and bought a pool net handle, one of the 16-foot metal ones, in order to turn off the living room lights from the couch. Does it work? Because I need to know. Buy a Bluetooth connected light switch. Switch it off from your phone. A Bluetooth? A pocket pussy. It was back when me and my wife were still dating. We were out of town for a concert, a festival, or maybe just the weekend, and there was this big, heavily advertised and kinda posh adult shop just a block or two down the road from our hotel. The last day of our trip, we didn't have anything planned, so we ended up going into this shop. They had a whole floor devoted to dildos and vibrators, and my wife found one she really liked. I started joking around about how they have all these toys for women and nothing for guys, and one of the shop employees overheard. He brought us up to the third floor and showed us this largest section that was all frick toys. It was like 4 whole rows, each one 20 feet long, packed to the brim with silicone pussy. They had feet with pussies, hands with pussies, tits with and without pussies, headless and limbless torsos, mouths of all variety, and a whole line of head-to-toe, life-size frick dolls. Most of it was really expensive, but I managed to find this one that had a glove attached to a pussy and asshole for like $40. So I bought it. We paid for our purchases and went back to the hotel to have fun. My wife really liked her toy, and after a while she asked if I wanted to use mine. I thought about it for just a second and then said no. We had our fun, packed up the next morning and left. I stuck the pocket pussy on our coffee table to mess with some friends who were coming over the next day. After the friends left, it ended up in the back of our closet and stayed there through a move and more than a decade, until my 6-yo found it last November. Purchased to traumatize your future children. This is gold. So, you never used it? Missing out, bro. I once went to a novelty thrift shop that had a ton of randomit. Ended up spending $10 on a framed picture of Count Dooku, Darth Sidious, and Jango Fett from Star Wars since my girlfriend thought it was funny. The frame recently broke and I found out after seeing the back of the picture it was from a calendar when Attack of the Clones came out. Someone just cut this picture out of an old calendar, put it in a frame, and my dumbass voluntarily spent $10 on it. You bought the frame. At least it's a fun decoration for when we have guests. It actually has been on the side table by our front door for several years now, so a lot of guests see it and comment on the framed Star Wars picture. My girlfriend just says it's a picture of her grandpa. A lot of places will put random photos in frames so you can imagine them. They aren't trying to trick you. You bought a frame. The calendar photo was likely them trying to be cute. but not actually thinking someone would buy it for the calendar photo. A 155-pack of condoms. A week after I had a vasectomy. Complete brain-dead moment. Oh, a fellow Costco customer. My brother bought that pack for his study abroad in Europe. He came back with 155 condoms. Reminds me of the first time I downloaded Tinder. Bought a 20-pack cause I expected lots of matches. Y'all already know how that story ended. Ended up with 21. Because a date dropped one in your car in her haste to get out. Reminds me of the story of that army that suffered no casualties and came back with an extra guy because they made a friend on the way. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button and leave a comment which story you liked the most. Subscribe and hit the bell notification for updates on our latest videos. And don't forget to check the links in the description box for more awesome content.